The Lammelse species, dubbed bottom feeders by personnel, is a species of oversized slugs with blood-possessing paralytic properties. Discovered during the initial expedition and excavation of the Hadal Black Site, the Lammelse species were considered a non-threat and were left undisturbed. No Z classification has been given at this time due to being considered wild animals. The Lammelse species gets its name after its primary feeding mechanism. The creature will purposefully raise its tail as bait, making it seem like easy pickings for predatory fish. Once spotted, the Lammelse will let the fish bite its tail off. Upon contact with the Lammelse's paralyzing tissue, neurotoxin similar in structure to botulinum prevents the presynaptic release of acetylcholine, causing muscle paralysis in their victim and rendering them immobile. Once paralyzed, the Lammelse will start rooting by itself inside through the fish's mouth into the rest of its innards. The Lammelse will then naturally grow its flesh around the teeth of the fish, anchoring itself in place in its host's cavity. The Lammelse will then root its skin through the teeth canal and into the vital organs of the fish, and then start consuming biomass directly through these root canals as nutrition. It will then begin to consume biomass directly through these root canals for nutrition. Whenever food is consumed, the Lammelse will transfer a small amount of nutrients its host in order to maintain it. Biopsy of Lammelse instances has shown that the host on the tail end of the Lammelse, while paralyzed, still exhibits neurological activity that suggests consciousness. Once the sustenance needed to keep the host alive becomes unsustainable for the Lammelse, it is discarded. The Lammelse is, in a way, the natural prey of the Vultus limunaria. Having coexisted for 80 million years, the Lammelse acts as a sort of personal food delivery for any passing Vultus. When a Lammelse spots a Vultus that it cannot escape the path of, it will try to offer a fish stuck onto its tail in order to save itself. The Lammelse is not to be considered a threat to divers, as they cannot swim upward. Should a diver wearing a tungvis be walking across the trench and encounter a Lammelse, they should remain calm, strike an intimidating pose, and stand their ground. Most of the time, the Lammelse will be intimidated and slither away. In the event that the Lammelse tries to attack anyway, the diver should be ready to fight it off when it tries to grab them. The Lammelse should quickly realize that it cannot penetrate the heavy plates and slither away. In the very unlikely event that personnel without a tungvis suit find themselves against a Lammelse on the ocean floor, they should try and make their way to a ledge that it cannot reach. If this is not possible, they should evade the attack by letting it charge, then stepping away from its path.